as it's known in the States, has an appealing hook. It's got a bigger screen than the flagship HTC 10, and it matches it in almost every other department. And did we mention it's also splash and dust resistant? So what's not to like? Well, this phone comes with a crucial caveat. For this phone, HTC chose to use the notorious Snapdragon 810 chipset. The bad thing about it is its tendency to heat up, which will make you wish you could move to Alaska, or start cooking lessons. Or both. That actually looks really yummy. Jokes aside, when using the smartphone in a warmer climate, the aluminum back will run hot for most of the time. As our benchmarks showed, performance would plummet by 30% once it gets hot under the collar. Of course, there are appealing bits about the HTC 10 Evo as well. The 5.5-inch screen is bright and sharp and has great contrast. It's also well protected by Gorilla Glass 5. The 16-megapixel camera is another highlight. It comes with OIS, high-res audio recording, and other bells and whistles. The Quick Charge 2.0 tech will make sure you can top up the battery quite quickly, and this phone is even thinner than the standard HTC 10. Despite our criticism, the Snapdragon 810 chipset allows a mostly smooth experience. We like our phones with the latest software available, and the HTC 10 Evo delivers. Android Nougat is as fresh as it gets. HTC has baked in some proprietary features which we enjoyed. Take the freestyle themes for instance. They certainly add an extra twist to the on-screen visuals. Then there's the Boost Plus app. Beyond the obvious housekeeping duties, it can also optimize the background running apps which you haven't used for a while. It even allows you to lower the resolution at which the screen content is rendered on a per-app basis. You also get the Under Armour Record app pre-installed. HTC partnered with Under Armour to create the HTC Health Box combo, a smartband, chest heart rate monitor, and a smart cable. And this app is how you control them. The app, of course, can track activity even without the accessories. You just have to get moving. A little motivation can go a long way. We admit we really like the HTC 10 Evo design, and the flat back and sharp edges gets some extra points in handling. The bit that we don't like is this earpiece, or rather we don't like the way it starts to pick up dirt from day one. We also miss the stereo speakers from the HTC 10. The 10 Evo speaker is loud, but the sound quality is tinny. There is a micro SD slot on board, and you're gonna need it as the 10 Evo is only available with a 32GB storage capacity. And guess what? A third of it will already be taken up by the time you finish setting up the phone. At first we were surprised to see the 3.5mm audio jack gone. However, we learned that HTC has transitioned to this digital connection so that it can offer custom sound tuning, specifically to your ears. We admit it did seem to make a difference, but only with the supplied headphones, and not everyone is going to use those. The camera on the HTC 10 Evo has a somewhat clunky UI where all options are buried under a long list on the left. Pro mode is also available with all the manual controls you expect, including shutter speed, ISO, and manual focus. There's even a hyperlapse video mode built in. Taking the HTC 10 Evo for a photo shoot will net you some really sharp images with pleasing colors. Noise is noticeable at full magnification, but it's not enough to be a problem. The low-light performance of the camera leaves a lot to be desired. The noise becomes too much and everything becomes soft and smudgy. 4K videos are quite pleasing, but they are not without their faults. They have decent amounts of detail, but the over-sharpening and noise reduction don't match well at times. The selfies by the 8-megapixel front snapper are way too soft in general, so we're not big fans of it either. As you can see, the HTC 10 Evo has both its good sides and bad sides. We can't miss mentioning the phone is priced dangerously close to last year's flagships like the Galaxy S7 Edge. Anyway, the real thing that soured the HTC 10 Evo experience for us was the choice of chipset. We just don't get why HTC would handicap this otherwise excellent device in this way. It is a phone that would totally do a great job as a hand warmer on cold winter days, and it would take fantastic wide-angle selfies of you and your dog sled huskies, but for us city slickers, well, we'd certainly go for some other, cooler smartphone.